Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Void 1680 AM. I am, as always, your program director. Tonight is a very special broadcast. We've got an affiliate broadcast with the Heartbeat's own DJ Rob. He'll be spinning tunes tonight, talking to callers, taking requests. Just want to say it's been a long, hot summer for me. I'm sure it has been for you. We are at 50 days of triple-digit temperatures, but tonight it promises to break. And just in time. Tonight is the first of several upcoming affiliate broadcasts. We will have them every Sunday night through September and October, and if shows keep coming in, even beyond that. So if you're interested, take a look at that URL listed right there and see how you too can become an affiliate. Now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you, DJ Rob of The Heartbeat.
This is The Void, 1680 AM. The Heartbeat. Coming at you from the veins here. This is Rob. Good evening to you. Glad you found me. And we're gonna be playing some stuff for you tonight. It's been a nice long day out there. It's getting a little chilly now as the air creeps in. There's a lot of loose boards up here where I'm coming to you from, so every once in a while I catch a little bit of a draft, but don't worry about me. I've got plenty to keep me going. Got a little decaf. Don't want to be up too late. Not that that's usually a problem. And we're going to be bringing it to you here tonight, but I mean, I always try to make this a little bit more of an upbeat sort of thing. Maybe it's to help you. It's to help me at least a little bit. But like I say, the heartbeat, we're hearing the veins, maybe the capillaries, depending on what part of the body on the side of town that you would consider me. But the heartbeat, it keeps you going, it keeps you up, and it keeps you in check. So let's keep some pace here. We're going to have a 3-song block coming at you here. And we're going to start it off with something to really get that heartbeat up, something that I always love to sing along with. Here's Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance, Void, 1680.
Physical kryptonite, help us to the base and fade in light. walk blindly to the light and reach out for his hand. Don't ask any questions and don't try to understand. Open up your mind and then open up your heart, and you will see that you and me are very far apart. 'Cause I believe that love is the answer. I believe love will find a way. Violence is spread worldwide and there's families on the street. We sell drugs to children now. Oh, why can't we just see that all we do is eliminate our future with the things we do today? Money is our incentive now, so that makes it okay. But I believe that love is the answer. I believe love will find a way. I believe that love is the answer. I believe love will find a way. I'm seeing Lisa now for a little over a year. She says she'd never been so happy, but Lisa lives in fear that one day Daddy's gonna find out she's in love with a nigga from the streets. Oh, how he would lose it then, but she's still here with me, 'cause she believes in love will see it through. One day he'll understand, and he'll see me as a person and not just a black man. 'Cause I believe that love is the answer. I believe that love will find a way. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe that love is the answer. I believe love will find a way. 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 Everybody wanna walk away sometimes, and fools believe they can fly. Either way, coming down is still a hell of a ride. If you can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. If it hurts, it's working, there's love enough for you and me. If you can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. Just keep going, there's love enough for you and me. If the world is made out of us, all our shadows suggest the sun. Every desert heart that wants the flood, come and bring your need, there is love enough. Keep going, 'cause we can't go back, no. Keep going, 'cause we can't go back. Keep going, 'cause we can't go back, no. We can't go back, no. We can't go back, no. You can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. If it hurts, it's working, there's love enough for you and me. You can feel your heartbeat, you're not done yet, you can't be. Just keep going, there's love enough for you and me.
Void 1680, The Heartbeat. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Joining me. You were listening to Blessed Union of Souls, I believe. That one's been on my mind. Just gets kind of stuck. I remember hearing it many, many years ago. Can't remember exactly where. I feel like it was in somebody's dorm, maybe. And it was on the radio, which kind of surprised me. It's not really something that you would necessarily find. It's not exactly happy, but it always stuck with me. It's very earnest, and I guess I appreciate that. And The Midnight with Heartbeat. You know, if you need a reason to live, if you need a reason for anything out there, if you need a reason to go for it, I feel like that's a good reason to. I don't know. But either way, thanks for joining me here for The Heartbeat. Coming at you from the veins. I also want to thank everybody who takes the time to call in, which is something that you can do. Don't forget, we got a proprietary hotline for this. I know calling in is not something that a lot of people do, but I know that at this time of night, and especially later, people feel like they need a sounding post, I guess. And it's not always easy. I think the word burden comes up a lot when talking about the things that are upsetting you or really weighing on your mind. But you and I, we don't know each other. So you can call me. Of course you can. As our caller over the section of music did. Connor, thanks a lot for listening, man. Appreciate you. And I don't think he minds. He said, doesn't matter if I say anything or not about what's going on with him, but You know, it's tough out there for a lot of us, and it doesn't matter how old you are. You can always find yourself in a situation that I guess is pretty timeless. I don't mean to laugh about it, Connor. I know this is really serious for you. I'm just I've been on the other end of a fair amount of relationships in my own life, and it's been a long time since I've had to think about one ending. Especially in this way. Connor's been heartbroken. And I feel it. I feel it. And he said, I found this really interesting. He said that there's a song that he wants to hear that he also heard somewhere else. I was talking about with Blessed Union of Souls. Sometimes with these things, you don't exactly remember the first time. You remember maybe a place, a location. Maybe you have like a feeling of like, I was feeling this way when I heard this, and it picked me up, or it really brought me down. Connor heard this one for the first time in his dad's garage, and he just thought it was the coolest thing ever. It still does. It's almost like a rite of passage for people into the life of Connor. That's what he was telling me. And he should have known that from the first time that he showed her the album, played the song for her, that it wasn't going to last. I think a lot of times relationships have, they have their gulfs, they have their differences, and sometimes the differences are what make it better. But this is a bit of a non-negotiable for Connor. I wouldn't agree for myself personally. I'm not the biggest fan, but sometimes, even though this is literally my station, it's not about me. In fact, I'm glad a lot of times when it's not. So, reaching out to you tonight, Connor, and you're going to be up front. Let me tell you, if you get this
Tailored sheets to fix this dirty man. But once this dirt won't come alive, it can't be put aside. When it's blowing through the stores, the shadows dancing in the hall. Now hit the blood, cut to the side.
by the hand, saying someday you'll understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now that you're never mother's son. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. The time and tears went by, and I collected dust, for there were many things I didn't know. When Daddy went away, he said, try to be a man, and someday you'll understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now that you're never mother's son. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. And then one day in April, I wasn't even there. Oh, there were many things I didn't know. Yeah, son was born to me. Mama held his hand, saying someday you'll understand. Well, I'm here to tell you now you should never mother's son. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. Ooh, someday never comes. Think it was September, the year I went away. Oh, there were many things I didn't know, and I still see him standing, trying to be a man. I said someday you'll understand. But I'm here to tell you now you should never mother's son. You better learn it fast, you better learn it young, 'cause someday never comes. Ooh, someday never comes.
Void 1680, The Heartbeat. It's Rob here with you. Thanks a lot for joining me tonight. You're listening to Emarosa, The Past Should Stay Dead, and after that we heard from CCR, Someday Never Comes. The Emarosa song, the lyrics say, let hate save you. First time I heard it, I thought it was just, let it save you. I like that one better. I like it better. CCR touched across a lot of generations. And it did that tonight. We had another caller come in. Thank you for that. And remember, you can call. Preferably not while I'm talking. And concede, I don't have the ringer. I don't have a ringer on. I say ringer. It's a cord phone. But it does have a little light attached to it. So I can see it. I just don't hear it. And I'm not picking up while I'm on mic. Sorry. Just house rules. There's another person who is, well, they've been listening. I appreciate that. It's nice to know that I'm not just saying whatever to nobody. Her name's Sylvie. Hello, Sylvie. It was nice to talk with you. She was listening to that CCR song, which, on the surface, is about John Fogerty and his dad. It's very, very obviously. But I got her to thinking. There's a lot ahead for Sylvie that she's been thinking about, or at least she hopes there will be a lot coming her way. But then she heard Someday Never Comes. And that's the part that freaks her out a little bit. She's waiting for news of a very specific kind. And what if it never comes? I couldn't say. But that trips me out too, Sylvie. I really hope that you get the news that you hear from, and sooner rather than later, as long as we're hoping. There's not a lot we can actually do, so might as well shoot the moon at this case. But sometimes you think that if you do your requisite hand-wringing, if you pity yourself enough, if you act sad and dejected and feel depressed enough, then maybe then you'll earn whatever you're waiting for. But this isn't the movies. This is real life. As real as your heartbeat, huh? And someday never comes. Sometimes. That's the worst part. Is that you never know. You never know when you're in the movie, and you never know when you're in real life. Anyway, we're going to be heading into another block of songs here in just a little bit. Tide's beginning to turn as we drift on later into the night here. Some people going to bed. Some people deciding they're going to stay awake for a little longer or a lot longer. And we're going to be hearing one from, it's a newer one. I think people make assumptions when they hear me, and maybe they tune in, last block with AC/DC and CCR. They think I'm of a certain old man persuasion. But I do like some of the newer stuff, too. And sometimes you get kind of sideswiped. And I definitely did with this one. It's Marshmello and Bastille. Let's listen to Happier on Void 1680.
Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the morning comes and we see what we've become. In the cold light of day, we're a flame in the wind, not the fire that we begun. Every argument, every word we can't take back. 'Cause with all that has happened, I think that we both know the way that the story ends. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the evening falls and I'm left there with my thoughts, and the image of you being with someone else, well, it's eating me up inside. But we ran our course, we pretended we're okay. Now if we jump together, at least we can swim far away from the wreck we made. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. Even though I might not like this, I think that you'll be happier. I want you to be happier. Then only for a minute, I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile. No, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. So I'll go, I will go. Now don't you worry none. Leave this part of yourself behind. I've given you back to yourself. So should you make the change, or could you right them wrongs? For I cannot replace where I'm going, love. So you're angry with me. What could be better, my love? Have most of everything for yourself. Hateful and deserved. Charlie Manson's eyes are looking through you back to myself. So should I act my age, or should I just not be alone? For I cannot replace where I'm going,
Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. One look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Lullabies look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. I've been first and last, look at how the time goes past. But I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. One look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were.
Void 1680, The Heartbeat. It's Rob here. Thanks a lot for trucking along with me tonight. That was Neil Young, An Old Man. Something from when my parents were a bit younger. Before that, it was Down, Where I'm Going. Seems that we got a few people out there listening, and as the song says, looking to hear some sounds that recognize the pain in them. We've heard from Connor, we've heard from Sylvie. And it seems that Down song reached out and touched Rex. That's their name. They didn't speak to me for too long. Sounded a bit younger. It's hard to tell sometimes. But Rex has really been thinking about where we go, if you know what I mean, where all of us are going, because they had a little bit of a sudden stop in their one of their relationships, and not the kind that we heard from earlier with Connor, but it's sorry, it's the kind you don't want, the kind nobody wants, but the kind that's coming. Rex, I don't know if the rest of what I've got for you tonight is going to exactly help. I'm happy that you spoke to someone. Although it was brief, I feel like I understood, and I hope you did too, understood that by coming to me, there is a bit of that reflection going on. They didn't want a song or really even a message. It was just really raw. And I felt it. And maybe that was what they were looking for. Maybe I'll hear from you again, Rex. I really hope so. We're getting ready to wrap up here. My dogs are barking. Not literally. I don't got any. But I guess that means my feet. I've heard it. I had an uncle who used to say that. My dogs are barking. Never owned any pets. It always really confused me. Never asked about them. And later on, much later, found out that it actually means my feet hurt. Well, my feet ain't hurting. There's other parts of me that are, but I guess I say my dogs are barking. What's an animal that calls you to bed? Maybe an owl. My owls are hooting. Yeah, my owls are hooting. But we got one more block of songs coming up, and like I said to Rex and to you, it's not exactly going to be uplifting necessarily. I don't mean to bum you out. But I guess as much as I try to say that I'm the heartbeat of where we are, this small little town, I think I like to think of myself that way, but the truth is that there's not just one heart here. I guess it's more of a pulse. I just like heartbeat. I think it sounds better. But it's one pulse of many. And thank you for checking in. Taking the pulse. Ugh, I don't like that. Let's keep on going here. This is one from, I saw them a bit earlier on. It was a pretty big tour. It wasn't the tour where he burst into flames. I think it was before that. But I'm happy I got to see them in that form so much earlier on. This is Metallica, Fade to Black, Void 1680, not the pulse, the heartbeat.
just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here taking every breath with you, ooh, you're the only one who really knew me at all. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause we've shared the laughter and the pain, and even shared the tears. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Oh, take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and you coming back to me is against the odds, and that's what I've got to face. I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Now take a look at me now. 'Cause there's just an empty space, but to wait for you is all I can do, and that's what I've gotta face. Take a good look at me now, 'cause I'll still be standing here, and you coming back to me is against all odds. It's the chance I've gotta take.
Void 1680. It's the heartbeat. I'm a Seether and Amy Lee with Broken. You can believe it. It's one of the first CDs I ever bought. Not the album, not the Seether album. It was the soundtrack to The Punisher, starring Tom Jane. I liked what I liked when I was younger, and there was a lot of heavy metal on that one, and then that was the softest one, and it's the one that I still listen to probably the most. So, go figure. Before that, Phil Collins, Against All Odds. We're getting ready to head off, but I will say, I want to thank you to all the callers who helped this night go along a bit faster. We started off with a call early on in the show from somebody who is at the end of a relationship and got one over that last block, got a call of somebody who's might be heading the same way. Didn't get a name from them. It's almost hard to understand them at times. I think it's just a connection thing. But they did say that they weren't ready for it to be over. And they were going to try everything to make sure it never ended. I found that way that they said that interesting, to make sure it never ended. Everything ends. It just never feels like it does. I guess that person just needed to say that to somebody besides whoever it is they're trying to keep close, whatever it is they're trying to save. I get it. But I can only do so much, you know. I call it the heartbeat, but the difference between me and a heartbeat is that the heartbeat is the most important part of keeping you alive. I wouldn't call myself important in any way. I just kind of took it because I thought it was a cool name, and because I think of myself as part of this place. And I guess I wanted to think that I was the part of this place. But it's too late to change it, even though I don't think that's true. So I am still the heartbeat. This is Rob. And it's time for me to head to bed. You'll probably hear from me again. Hopefully you do. Appreciate you supporting AM radio. Amateur AM radio. And, hey, radio in general. Don't get a lot of that these days. Have yourself a good night. And keep that heartbeat pumping. Whether it's me or whether it's yours. Every heartbeat's important. Good night.
I want to give a thank you to DJ Rob for keeping the heartbeat going for Void 1680 AM. I mentioned at the top of the hour, this is the first in a series of affiliate broadcasts from Void 1680 AM, which means DJs from all over the country and beyond, providing their shows on a week-to-week basis. So if you want to miss out, be sure to follow this YouTube channel to get notified of the next one. You are for sure not going to want to miss next week's. It's hard to describe. It's not quite a fairy tale. It's not quite a goblin tale. It's something else entirely. Be sure to follow along to see what I'm talking about. Speaking of which, if you had ambitions to become a Void 1680 AM affiliate, you can do so. We can slot you right in October, November, all the way toward the end of the year. Just check that URL in the show notes or on the screen right now. Knave of Cups is sold out, but I happen to know they've got 25 more copies of Void 1680 AM coming this week. So go to that page, click that button to get reminded, and you'll be among the first to pick up your copy. All right, then. I think that's enough for me tonight. My owls are hooting, as some folks say. I'll see you next week. And in the meantime, good luck out there.